Speaking of crashing and burn.
Yeah, Marty?
Yeah, that was real good. Burnout's coming back, kind of. Sorry, guys, we did it. I had to follow that stuff.
Thank you.
You guys are bound and determined this week. I love the motivation, the inspiration.
Ryan, this is your favorite news story of the year.
This is it, other than Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
So twice this year, I've heard the happiest gaming thing.
Yeah.
First, it was Rock Band's coming back. I'm like, that's literally the best thing you could have possibly told me. This is probably the second best thing, even though it's much further away. Yeah. Burnout is kind of sort of coming back. This came out of nowhere, too. Yeah. So Alex Ward, he was the founder, or one of the co-founders of Criterion Games, the studio that created Burnout, made their name with Burnout, also made a first-person shooter called Black, which was
I remember that.
Good.
Yeah.
Actually, most people liked it more than I did.
Well, it was just at the time, it was like graphically impressive.
It was.
Technologically impressive.
The sound was amazing.
I thought the design was a little
Okay.
repetitive.
Super boring.
Yeah.
But I finished that game. Of course, I reviewed it. And then, of course, they went on to EA bought them, and then quickly went, hey, you guys should just make Need for Speed instead, because you make driving games, and Need for Speed games will sell 10 times more than Burnout games.
Yeah.
And then we got one last Burnout as basically it was a pinball game for live arcade is what it was sort of in disguise, and it was okay. Doesn't really count. And then Burnout went away forever, and then a bunch of people left Criterion, including Alex Ward. And Alex set up a new studio called Three Fields Entertainment. And that studio, they tweeted this week, there's two things. Our first game is a multiplayer sports game coming spring 2016.
Isn't every sports game a multiplayer game? What was the last single-player sports game?
Solitaire.
Ah, shut up, bitch.
I think he's got you there, Marty.
That's why I was angry. That's why I told
Point
him to shut
for
up.
Mitch. So the tweet continues. Then we make a driving game. What sort of driving game, you ask?
Yeah.
A spiritual successor, speed, traffic, and crashing. Lots and lots of crashing.
I like that.
Swoon.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing.
Be still my heart.
Yeah.
And then another tweet was, spiritual successor to which one, though? The second, third, or the fourth one? The correct answer is the third one.
That's
Stop.
just Burnout 3?
Burnout 3, Takedown.
Takedown.
So 4
Sweet.
was Revenge?
4 was Revenge,
I
which
like
was
4 as well.
4 was great,
Was that with
but
open world driving?
No,
that's
that was
Paradise.
Paradise.
4 got a little too, there was a lot of traffic checking,
Yeah.
and you could,
I remember
whereas
that.
3, there was an element of danger to the
Burnout
traffic.
3 was so good.
It was scary to hit somebody.
Yeah. Whereas 4, that sort of danger element was removed.
3 was an original Xbox and PS2 game.
Correct.
And
Yes.
then Revenge
Revenge
was
was
one of
the one
those
that was
games
split.
that straddled the line. It
was
I
hardware.
remember playing it on 360, but it was just sort of a.
was
We were
hardware.
talking about those
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
It came out first on, because I think it came out that fall on Xbox
Oh,
and
360,
PS2. And then, I believe it was the following January, right after the 360 had come out, there was a 360 port. And it really was a port in every sense. It was the same exact game,
Ran a little
running
bit
in 720, but I have it, and I can still play it.
Yeah.
So that makes me happy. And by the way, it's still every bit as fun. That game is not aged.
Yeah, those games are great. Yeah, I definitely hope it's more like those and less like Paradise. I was one of the people that didn't really dig Paradise.
I'm with you.
I didn't like driving
I didn't
around.
really like
God,
open
dude,
world stuff.
Burnout Paradise was the one where I was like, yes, like I can handle
Nope.
open world driving
Oh,
is the
really?
future.
I want
Paradise-
to want
They did
missions.
that with one of the Need for Speeds also, where you
Yeah.
had to drive around and find your missions. I'm like, just let me pick from a menu.
The
you know?
Burnout works 10 times better as a closed circuit track game.
Oh, I agree.
There's also no crash mode in
which was huge. That's
Paradise,
one of the
which
things
was
about
like,
3
what
I
the
love.
hell?
Oh, yeah, you could just start rolling your car and blow stuff up. It's
It
so
was
strange.
not. It
You
didn't
could just
work.
initiate it at any time. It was very different
Yeah.
though. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't.
So
I know,
here's
like
the
a
good
horse.
news. I suspect there are 2 reasons why I think that this. I'm going to call it Burnout Returns, even though it won't actually be called that because EA owns the name for one. But I don't think that this Burnout Successor will be a Paradise-style open world game for 2 reasons. One, there are 3 Fields is a small studio, and open world games are much more expensive than their closed linear counterparts. And number 2, their own tweet says, spiritual successor to which one? The second, third, or fourth, not fifth, not Paradise. They don't even
Yeah.
mention it.
Or the first, which was a very different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's before they figured out what Burnout was. But this is just awesome. I am so glad that they're going to do this. I would say cancel the multiplayer sports game and just start
yeah.
making the Burnout
I mean,
Successor.
maybe that's the thing that seems like the thing that's almost done that they can
Yeah, of
make
course.
some money
Yeah.
off of.
The interesting thing is like that's what current Criterion is also doing is a multiplayer sports thing.
The
But
GoPro, the game.
Yeah, but the sportsness of it is very vague at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what
Yeah,
Fields means by
that,
sports.
Go back and watch that trailer from E3 of last year.
Yeah.
It's very, I mean, I was intrigued by it. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's going to turn out to be a fun game, but the whole thing's in first person. There's ATVs, there's like skydiving, there's helicopters. There's all sorts of weird extreme sports kind of stuff all going on in first person.
Yeah, and this multiplayer sports thing, I'm sort of thinking it's going to be something smaller on the scale of like Rocket League, which if it can
Maybe.
cap it, like Rocket League became one of the biggest things this year, like came out of nowhere and pushed a insane amount of downloads and people love it. So
and is still getting played. Like it has way bigger legs than I thought it would.
yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Did you predict the Burnout thing?
Did I predict it? No. I know where you're going with this.
Darn it.
But yeah, I mean, so Alex Ward, if you're listening, Burnout 3 is the game to take your cues from, and also thank you, and hurry up.
We should have
Love.
called this Love Ryan McCaffrey. We should have called this sooner because on the wall at IGN, Alex wrote the Burnout team will return. It's on
Wasn't
our,
that before?
It's on our dev wall.
Well, we should take a picture of it and tweet it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.